आ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ओम श्रीमात्रे नमः। So verse number 22. भवानी त्वं दासे मयि वितर दृष्टिं सकरुणाम्. You have to read it as सकरुणाम्. भवानी त्वं दासे मयि वितर दृष्टिं सकरुणाम् इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन कथयति भवानी त्वमिति यः। इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन कथयति भवानी त्वमिति यः। तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशसि निज सायुज्य पदवीं। तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशसि निज सायुज्य पदवीं। मुकुन्द ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मुकुट नीराजित पदां। मुकुन्द ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मुकुट नीराजित पदां। तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशसि निज सायुज्य पदवीं। मुकुंद ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मुकुट नीराजित पदां। भवानी त्वं दासे मयि वितर दृष्टिं सकरुणाम् इति स्तोतुं वाञ्छन कथयति भवानी त्वमिति यः। तदैव त्वं तस्मै दिशसि निज सायुज्य पदवीं। मुकुंद ब्रह्मेन्द्र स्फुट मुकुट नीराजित पदां. This is a relatively easier shloka in terms of understanding what this is talking about. But like everything with Acharya, nothing is very simple. Nothing is on the surface. What we see, it is always in this one that we have to understand. So here he says, Bhavani, Bhava is the name of Shiva. Ana is to breathe life. Ana means to breathe life. Bhavani, Bhava means existence. Ana means Ana, not Ana. Ana means the breath of life. So in the existence, the one who gives the breath of life is called Bhavani. Tvam, you. Dase Mai, I who am a slave. Pitara, you will give me. You will bestow upon me. Drishtim, your vision, the sight. With Karuna, Sa Karunam. Sa Karunam. Iti, this way, Stotum, Stotra means to praise, Stotum, to pray. Stotum, Vanchan, desiring, Kathayati, if told, Bhavani Tvam Iti. The two words, Bhavani Tvam, Yaha, whosoever, Tadeva, then, Tvam, you, Tasmai, to him, Dishasi, you give. Nija Sayujya Padavim. Sayujya means merger. The moksha is supposed to be, okay, let's look at the word meanings first. Mukunda, Brahmendra, Mukunda means Vishnu, Brahma plus Indra, Brahmendra, Sfuta Mukuta Nirajita Padam. Their Nirajanam means to do Kapur Arti. Arti is Nirajanam. Your feet are worshipped with the glow of the jewels from the crowns of Vishnu, Brahma, and Indra. This is the meaning of the shloka. Let us see what it actually means. What is the real meaning? See, it says, I only need to say Bhavani Tvam. The moment I have said Bhavani Tvam, everything else automatically happens. So, What is he actually saying? He says, you are moving away from aham to tvam. And the moment the tvam has happened, bhavani tvam, even without understanding what I am going to say, with my devotion in my heart, if I have just called out to her, see the baby cat, the marjara, Bala marjara, it does not know what it is calling. It is only saying, yew, yew, yew. उसको पता नहीं है ये yew जो है वो मम्मी का नाम है, इसको कुछ नहीं पता. बस उतना ही वो बोलता है. And that is enough for the mother to come running from wherever she is to come and pick up the baby and move it to safety. So here he says, I am a slave to you. Give me your vision, and that vision will take me to Sayujyam. Kailasha, and I am living in this place. It is called Salokya Mukti, living in the same premise as divinity. Now that is something that is available to us even here. Just give up the place that you are staying in to the divine. Do not think of this place as yours. Rumi करके एक Sufi saint है. So Rumi is the dervish, is a Turkish saint, and he was very famous. People used to come to meet him. So one day, one person who was coming from outside, he came and he went to Rumi's house. तो रूमी के घर पे गए तो देखा कि रूमी एक चटाई के ऊपर सोए हुए हैं, घर के अंदर में there is no furniture. So this person said, Maulvi, where is your furniture? So Maulvi smiled at him and said, where is your furniture? So this person said, I am only a traveler. Rumi said, so am I, so am I. I am also a traveler. See, if we think of that, what are we going to take away? We are going to take away our vasanas. That is all that will carry forward. But if we can shed the vasanas also, then nothing carries forward. So Salokya Mukti is present and available to us here. Then the next mukti is called Samipya. Samip rehna, to be near. Right? Samipya Mukti, Jaya, Vijay, they are all the time. Nandi, right? They are all in Samipya. The snake, Bhujanga around Shiva's neck. Garuda, who is all the time with him. They are all having called Samipya Mukti. They live near him. They live near the divinity, constantly available to that divinity. This also is available to us. You do not have to wait for going to Kailash, going to Vaikuntha to be in Samipya. Just open ourselves up to feel her presence in everything that we see, and that is Samipya. I do not need to have a Chaturbhuja form in front of me. I don't need to have a Dashabhuja form in Pashankushadhara. I don't need to have a Pashankusha Ikshubanadhara red colored form in front of me. Every time I see the color red, I am reminded of her. Every time I see the color green, I am reminded of her green sari. Every time there is a cloud that passes by and covers the sun, I am reminded of the glory that is shining in this universe. Can I shift my perception to that? Samipya. Next is called Sarupya. Sarupya. To look like divinity. See, when you go to a person who is very, very peaceful, when you stand in front of that person, you yourself start feeling peaceful, isn't it? See, when we go and stand in front of somebody who has that deep peace in him, that immediately it is affecting us. What has happened? That is called Sarupya. What is the Rupa of Brahman? Brahman Rup is nothing but Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. That Ananda that we feel is nothing but that Rupa that we are unable to experience. That is called Sarupya. And then there is a moksha called Sayujya, where you merge. Then there is no duality, there is no entity separate. Now in the Dvaita school, Sayujya is not accepted. They say, well, we don't want Sayujya. I know it is available, but I don't want it. I want to prefer to remain your servant and be continuously serving you. That is also possible. That is also mukti. You are freed from the cycle, but you are not merged. In the Advaita tradition, we say Sayujya is the final, because then the duality of this universe is completely removed. So here, what does he say? He says very clearly that Tadeva tvam dasmai dishasi nija sayujya padavim. You will give me your sayujyam. You will give me your sayujyam. That is what he's saying. Now, who are you? Oh, mother, you are that where the governors of this entire world, Vishnu, Brahma, Indra, they worship you. And one of the commentators on this has said that the Nirajanam that is being coming there, it is actually only a reflection. It is not that the jewels are shining. It is her feet, her nakha. Nakhaditi Sanchanna, we see that name in that in Lalita Sahasranam. Her nails are shining. That shining of the nails goes to the crown jewels that is reflected back on her feet, and we who are looking at it, we feel that there is arati going on. आचार्य सचमुच में वहां खड़े खड़े ये देख रहे थे, and he has been able to give us these descriptions. So when he says, just 1 second, Chittappa, put it off. So now let me tell you a story. There is the story of Sudarshan, Raja Sudarshan in the Srimad Bhagavat. श्रीमद् भागवत में सुदर्शन का राजा करके एक स्टोरी है. वो स्टोरी में he say that this king, he was taken away, his kingdom was lost, and his mother took him and kept him in an ashram. And over there in that ashram, he was not able to speak well, and he used to go around with people, and he heard some word, klim. And if he used to keep on saying only klim, 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 klim. And klim happens to be the bija mantra of the Devi in the form of Kali. So just by the fact that he kept on saying klim, 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 Kali manifested in front of him. He got back his kingdom without having to fight for it, because Kali fought for him. What is the Acharya saying? I just need to say Bhavani Tvam. I don't even understand what that meaning of that Bhavani Tvam is. And yet, the moment I have said that, she is here right now in my presence. Bhavani Tvam. What a beautiful start. The shloka itself. Look at what the shloka says. Bhavani Tvam Dase Mai. Complete erosion of the ego. When that erosion of that ego happens, she is there immediately waiting to be present in front of us. We just have to be ready to accept her. And look at her glory. Brahma, Vishnu, Indra, Rudra, they are doing worship to her. They are bowing their feet to her, giving her a Nirajanam, the Arti. That is her glory. That is she. That is what she is. Let us recite this shloka once more. Bhavani tvam dase mai vitara drishtim sakarunam iti stotum vanchana kathayiti bhavani tvam iti yaha tadeva tvam tasmai dishasi nijasa yujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputa mukuta nirajita padam. Tadeva tvam tasmai, immediately, then and there, immediately you give to that person sayujya padavim. What do you need to say? Kathayati bhavani tvam. Kathayati bhavani tvam. The moment you say that, she is ready to come over here. That, to understand this, to understand where we are, we also have to look at the Bhavani Ashtakam. So wonderful that we are looking at Bhavani Ashtakam only. So when we look at Bhavani Ashtakam, we see that so let us look at Bhavani Ashtakam and see what is being said over there. We will go from chapter verse 1 to 4 first. न तातो न माता न बंधुर्न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भर्त्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं तमेका भवानी भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरु प्रपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्तः कुसंसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहम् गतिस्त्वं तमेका भवानी न जानामि दानं न च ध्यानयोगं न जानामि तन्त्रं न च स्तोत्रमन्त्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यासयोगं गतिस्त्वं तमेका भवानी न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातर् गतिस्त्वं तमेका भवानी. Now, having reached this point, he says, I don't know anything. Now, but what do I actually know? Let us see what the author says. What do I know? Kukarmi, kusangi, kubuddhi, kudasaha, kulacharahina, kadacharalinaha, kudrishti, kuvaakya, prabandha, sadaham. Gatistvam tameka bhavani. What do? Whatever actions I do kukarma. I don't do satkarma at all. What is satkarma? Oh, satkarma means to be able to go and give dhanam, and I don't even know dhanam. Just the earlier shloka we have said, I don't know dhanam. So what is the karma that I am doing? All the karma that I am doing with a desire. When the desire hits us and we do karma, it is called ku-karma. Desire-less action, as propounded in chapter 3 in Bhagavad Gita and chapter 4, that is the only karma which is su-karma or sat-karma. Any other karma that we do, it is nothing but ku-karma. Look at the people we surround ourselves with. Ku-sangi. They are also driven by the same desires, running after the way we are running. Birds of a feather flock together. We have flocked ourselves together with the whole bunch of people who are only desirous of material welfare. And therefore, why have we done this? Because we are ku-buddhi. What is ku-buddhi? Buddhi has two functions. One is called judgment and the other is called discrimination. Discrimination has a name called viveka. Judgment is where we sit. This is good, this is bad. This is good, this is bad. So with the moment I am doing good, bad, there is the process of that judgment makes me completely lose my discrimination. See, if I start with kukarma, if you look at chapter 2, verse 62 of the Bhagavad Gita, where he says that when I keep looking at a particular thing, I get attachment. When I get attachment, what happens? I get desire. When I get desire, what happens? I get krodha. Because either when it fulfills, I want more, or if it does not fulfill, I have a problem. When I have krodha, then what happens? I get deluded. When I get deluded, my smriti, my memory also gets distorted. ये ऐसा ही है, इस दुकान में खराब ही मिलता है. Right? My wife is always like this. My husband is always like this. Always, never. We start using adverbs. So when we start doing that, then what has happened? Buddhi has become destroyed. What happens when the buddhi gets destroyed? Pranashyati. Prakarshena nashyati. Certainly gets destroyed. That is the ladder of fall. So all those are completely covered here. Kukarmi, kusangi, kubuddhi, kudasaha, cherishing bad thoughts. Cherishing bad thoughts. I am a bad servant. What is a bad servant? A bad servant is a servant who is saying, what will I get out of this? What will I get? See, our Shastra is very clear. A Shastra is saying that you don't think like that. You say, idam namama, idam namama, idam namama. What do we do at the end of a puja? We say, Kayena vacha manasendriyerva buddhyatmanava prakrite subhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanaayeti samarpayami narayaniyeti samarpayami sadashivayeti samarpayami. We do samarpan at the end every puja, but do we actually do that, or is it just some mantra being recited by somebody and you say, हाँ okay, now offer some flower, हो गया, हाथ में फूल पकड़िए, फूल पकड़ लिया, कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियेर्वा समर्पयामि, फूल डाल दीजिए, फूल डाल दीजिए. जो पढ़ रहा है उसको भी नहीं पता क्या पढ़ रहा है, जो सुन रहा है उसको भी पता नहीं क्या सुन रहा है, उसने फूल डाल दिया, पूजा ओवर, लीजिए चरणामृत पी लीजिए. That is not a the Sudasa, a Kudasa. Kulacharahina, my traditional duties. I have traditional duties. Again, go back to the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita says that according to the situation that you are in, you have duties. Do those duties with the sense of duty, not with the right. As a husband, as a wife, as a father, as an employee, as a business person, we have our duties in our according to our sthana, kala, patra, samay, all of that, vishay. According to these, we have certain duties. The moment we start doing those duties wrongly, thinking that we are doing this for ourselves, thinking that I should be acknowledged for these duties. So, I mean, this is this classical COVID wala situation. कोविड के सिचुएशन में 2 साल बेचारा जो ऑफिस जाने वाला हस्बैंड था, उसने 2 साल बर्तन धोए, फिर बोलता है 2 साल मैंने बर्तन धोए, किसी ने मुझे थैंक यू तक नहीं बोला. क्यों भाई? बर्तन धोए तो किसके लिए धोए? वो तुम्हारी ड्यूटी थी. Then he says, and therefore achara, the conduct that I therefore do, even that is all self-centered. Kadachara linaha. What I look at, that's where it whole starts. Kudrishti. My intention is I should get that or I should run away from it. Raga dvesha. Whatever I look at, it is coming immediately. There is my buddhi saying judgment karo. Ye acha hai. Iski or jao. Ya fir you run away from it. Sri Krishna tells Arjun, get away from yoga kshema. Get away from yoga means to try and get things that you want. Kshema means trying to hold on to things that you are what you already have. He says this world is all of the actions that you are seeing are nothing but the functioning of karma and your gunas. Kudrishti. And therefore we also use words which, so there is a beautiful bhajan which says, Hari Nama Japan Kyon Chhod Diya. I don't know if you have ever heard this. Hari Nama Japan Kyon Chhod Diya. Satya Chhod, Asatya na choda, Jhoota na choda, Hari Nama Japan Kyon Chhod Diya. So Hari Nam ke alawa, I remember the story of a particular person who was brought up as a witness. And I don't know if it is true or false, but it's a story. So this person is asked, so where were you? So he says, by the grace of Ram, I woke up in the morning. And then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I went to take a bath. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I ate my breakfast. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I did my daily puja. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I sang his bhajan. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I went into the field. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I saw this man fighting with that other person. Then what did you do? By the grace of Ram, I went and tried to stop the fight. Every line is said by the grace of Ram. That is Suvakya. Living in that presence continuously, knowing that everything that is happening through the grace alone. Sadaham, Sada Aham. That is me. That is me today. Kukarmi, kusangi, kubuddhi, kudasaha, कुलाचारहीनः कदाचारलीनः कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबंध सदाहम. प्रबंध, कुवाक्य प्रबंध. प्रबंध means essay, लंबे लंबे sentences. And just imagine when you start talking, think of this. The next time you are in some group of people and you are talking, just think how many times you talk about yourself. मैं यहाँ गई थी, मैंने ये खाया, उसके साथ मिली, उसने ये बोला. It is all about myself, right? It's all centered around this, the five karma indriyas and five jnana indriyas. That's all that is being centered around. Kuvakya prabandha sadaham. Therefore we need to surrender. And therefore the Acharya is telling us there is only one way forward. You alone are my refuge. Gatistvam tameka bhavani. Without her grace, not even a leaf moves in this world. Whether we like it or we don't like it, the leaves that are moving because she wills it so. उनकी इच्छा के बगैर मेरा नेक्स्ट श्वास भी लेना असंभव है. If I live with that as a presence, if I can live with that, then I am in her presence all the time. I don't need to do a 9-day anusthana. I don't need to do a. I don't do it to please her. मेरे घर में बहुत बड़ी नवरात्रि की उत्सव होता है. That utsav is a celebration. It is a celebration as a gratitude that a year has passed and I have managed to live in your grace. It's thank you. And hence every action that we do, it comes from idam namama, idam namama, idam. We will do both the Soundarya Lahari shloka once more and then go back to verse numbers 1 to 5 and close for today. Bhavani tvam dase mai vitara drishtim sakarunaam iti stotum vanchana kathayiti bhavani tvamiti yaha tadeva tam tasmai dishasi nijasa yujya padavim mukunda brahmendra sputa mukuta nirajita padam. And now let us do Bhavani Ashtakam verses 1 to 5. न तातो न माता न बंधुर न दाता न पुत्रो न पुत्री न भर्त्यो न भर्ता न जाया न विद्या न वृत्तिर्ममैव गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी भवाब्धावपारे महादुःखभीरु प्रपात प्रकामी प्रलोभी प्रमत्तः तु संसार पाश प्रबद्ध सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जानामि दानं न च ध्यान योगं न जानामि तंत्रं न च स्तोत्र मंत्रं न जानामि पूजां न च न्यास योगं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी न जानामि पुण्यं न जानामि तीर्थं न जानामि मुक्तिं लयं वा कदाचित् न जानामि भक्तिं व्रतं वापि मातर्गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी कुकर्मी कुसंगी कुबुद्धिः कुदासः कुलाचारहीनः कदाचारलीनः कुदृष्टि कुवाक्य प्रबन्धः सदाहं गतिस्त्वं त्वमेका भवानी. Om. Any doubts, questions? Otherwise, we can end today.
Guruji, I had a question about last week's
please.
shloka from Soundarya Lahari.
Yes.
Atil lekha tanvim tapana shashi vaishwanar mayim dishannam shannam apyupari kamalanam tavakalam maha padmatavyam vridita malamayena manasa. Where it says nishannam shannam, can I split it? Nishannam shannam apyupari.
Yes, it is actually that is the sandhi. So nishannam shannam yupari. So instead of breaking it, then that rhythm will not be there. That is why nishannam shannam yupari.
Is there a pa in the middle?
Yes, Shannam Pupari. That's what I said. Shannam Pupari. Api Upari. Shannam Api Upari. Nishannam Shannam Api Upari. Apyupari. Shannam Apyupari. Nishannam Shannam Apyupari Kamalanam Tavakalam.
Then were you able to find out about Ananda versus Ahlada?
Yes, so Ananda is clearly the higher one.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Ananda, and very interestingly, in a Vaishnava Grantha, I found out that Prahlad does not get, very interesting, he does not get Salokya Mukti. Where is Prahlad living in? He is living in a place called Atala. Right? He is the king of the Atala kingdoms. Atala. So he does not get Salokya Mukti. He does not get Sarupya Mukti. He does not look like Vishnu. Physically, he is not getting Samipya Mukti. He is living in a different place. But what is interesting is, in his own being, Prahlada is in Sayujya Mukti. So the Vaishnava Grantha says that you may have the Sayujya Mukti in your mental state, in your being. You can be one with Vishnu because you are seeing Sarvam Vishnumayam Jagat, including what you are. That is also Vishnu. So therefore, you are in that. That is a state which is called Prakarshena Ahlada. That is not Ananda. It is Prakarshena Ahlada. Hence Prahlada. I don't know, you know what, I mean, sometimes I wonder, हमारे ऋषियों ने जब ये लिखा तब ये सोचा भी होगा क्या कि ये नाम जब लिख रहा हूं तो इसका इतना विश्लेषण होगा, और यदि सोचा भी था तो कितना उन लोगों ने सोच के करेक्ट नाम वहां यूज किया. Yes, any other doubts? चलिए, let's close for the day. शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.